Hey everyone, today I'm going to change out all the interior bulbs and the license plate bulb to LEDs. And I want to give a shout out to OXILAM, hope I'm saying it correctly, for sending me some bulbs to do this. All they did was send me these bulbs. They're not paying me for my opinion or anything, but they did send me like a link if for you guys to purchase that. I would get a kickback and a 20% off if you decide to purchase, which would be nice, but it's okay if you don't either. You can make judgments for yourself. You got eyeballs, I have eyeballs, it's on video. So yeah, my goal pretty much is just to change the temperature pretty much as an example from this, similar to this. I'm not sure if I really care if it's brighter. As long as it's the same brightness, it's fine. I don't want it too bright because, you know, we mostly use the light at night and it just can get too blinding if it's bright. And I think ideally I would like the reverse lights to be a little bit brighter. Not really because of nighttime, but you know, when you're walking through a parking lot during the daytime and it's pretty hard to see reverse bulbs because you're pretty much competing with the sun and the glare going off like all the different cars paints and stuff. So kind of saying that it's not really ideal to think that's going to be brighter than the glare of the sun, but maybe hopefully it'll help me be more noticeable when reversing. But yeah, back to the main goal is just to change the color temperature, just to, you know, change the vibe and give it a cleaner look, in my opinion. So, you know, let's go ahead, get started, and start swapping out the bulbs. All right, so first, let's check out the bulbs. I have these, which will be used for the vanity mirrors and the center dome light and the trunk. These will be used for the license plate bulb and the map lights. I think something that they advertise or proud themselves on is that the shape of these are relatively small, so they should be compatible with like almost every car. Other manufacturers I've seen, they're fatter or longer, which may have problem fitting like I have in my other car, my BMW. So yeah, they try to keep it 1-to-1 sizing, and it should be non-polar. Similar to this one should be non-polar, and I think they pride themselves on the sizing being similar to the halogen bulb. Yeah, so let's go ahead, get started, and install these. Alright, so the first thing you want to do, even before getting into the car, is to know you want to get in quick and turn off the lights, since these bulbs get hot pretty quick and you don't want to burn your fingers. So here you can take a skinny flathead or trim tool and pry the center side part of the lens out. And again, if you turn the light on, go ahead and turn it off. I'm going to check again to see if the bulb is hot before pulling it out, but if it's cool, just pull it straight out. Here you can see that the LED is pretty much the same size as the original bulb as advertised. Then just push the new bulb in there and test it. Alright, so there you have it. As you can see, I just flipped it around and it is, as I claimed, non-polar, so it just makes it that much easier to install, even though it's not a big deal if it wasn't, but yeah, it's great. And I'm gonna leave the other one in right now just so you can see the difference. Pop in the left side, then the right. That's it. And let's see. Yeah, there you go. I think it looks so much better. Check out. So there's the new light. And there's the old one. It just looks so much better in my opinion. What do you think? So moving on to the vanity mirror, there should be a little notch on the windshield side of the lens, and just pry that out. Once you have that off, squeeze the bent looking tab away from the bulb, and that should cause the bulb to fall straight out. Then replace the bulb by placing it into the hole with the flat metal tab, then squeeze the other tab and slide the other side into its hole. Give it a test, and once you have that, reinstall the lens by putting the non-notch side closest to you in and snap the windshield side on. Alright, so I finished the front. I'm going to let you compare the old with the new. What do y'all think? So working on the dome light, it's pretty similar to the vanity mirror. On the switch side, there will be two notches you will use to pry out the lens. Once you have that off, remove the bulb by squeezing the tab away from the bulb for it to drop out. Then replace the bulb again by putting it into the hole, then squeezing the tab and sliding it back into its hole. Give it a test, and once that is good, reinsert the lens with the side that doesn't have the hole first, then snap the whole side back in. Alright, so I finally finished with the interior bulbs, or from up here, the front cabin. What do y'all think? I think it looks pretty good. Pretty clean in here. Moving on to the trunk, you'll want to use a small flathead and wedge it into the lens to pry it out. Once you achieve that, disconnect the light from the wire, remove the gray cap by lifting up the sides near the wire connection off the body and peeling back the front tab a bit. Now removing the light and installing it is no different than the other two before. Just make sure that the light source is pointing towards the lens once you get it in there. Plug in the wire and snap the light back into place. For the license plate, it's pretty easy. You can use a flathead if you want, but all you'll need to do is squeeze on the tab on the left and pull the housing down. Then rotate the connector to expose the bulb and replace it. Even though it's not polar, I still tested it anyways just to make sure. This part, annoyingly enough, took me a while since I didn't realize that the connection goes in only one way, even though the cutouts look pretty similar on the housing. Well, once I figured that out, place the non-squeeze tab side in first, then the side with the tab. Now onto the reverse bulb. Open the trunk and pop off the panel at the obvious indent point. It took me a long time to remove the bulb since I didn't realize that I was actually turning it the wrong way the whole time. I've been turning it the wrong way the whole time. There you go. You can see it turn a little bit. Oh, wow. I'm so stupid. Straight up. Sweet. And as you can see, the bulbs are about the same size. So, yeah, it's true like what they claim about the 1-to-1 sizing. Now, let's just pop this in. I'm going to leave it hanging out right here, just so hopefully I can see it from the driver's seat if it is working. Oh yeah, definitely in my opinion it seems a lot brighter, and I just love the look of that with that color. Alright, so here's another look, just looking at the dirty back wall. Obviously this side is the new LED and this side is a halogen. And here's another look at it during the daytime. So now that we're done, what are my overall thoughts? Honestly, I love it. After changing out all the bulbs, I think I achieved both of my goals. It's obviously a different color temperature, and it does seem to be a bit brighter on the interior. But for the reverse bulbs, it seems a lot brighter. I just really love the combination of the temperature and the brightness with how it twinkles in the reflector. And yes, I said twinkle. It's definitely easier to see in person. Also, it's pretty hard to tell through the camera and through another crappy reverse camera, but it does seem to help me see more when I'm reversing at night. A great bonus. And there are two features that I want to highlight that are useful to me. First, it's sizing. I love how it's nearly 1-to-1 sizing, so I know it's gonna fit virtually every car I will want to use it in, unlike others I have used in the past. And the other feature is its non-polarity, makes it really easy to install. It really makes it plug and play and saves you from going back and forth to wherever your switch is to test it, or having to flip the bulb and go test it again. So yeah, I would obviously recommend these bulbs. And if you want 20% off your order of OXILAM bulbs, use the code DREWZ4 with the link down below. I hope that this video helped you, and thanks for watching.